Let's meet the visiting team, the Mid.
Here we go.
So the Timberwolves win the tip. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. The backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. And it's Prince in at the 3 slot. Now, here is Russell. And he drives in. 5 to shoot. Count that one.
Boy, the former second overall pick has really worked on his passing. That was an outstanding find by Russell.
D'Angelo Russell, the second overall pick in 2015.
Yeah, pretty interesting too, Kevin, that the Lakers traded him after just his second season. It was basically a salary dump. It wasn't about talent because he's got plenty of that, but he was young when he came into the league. He had a reset at age 21 and then went on to rebuild his stock in Brooklyn, making an all-star game there. And by doing that, showed everybody that he could start over.
Now Gobert. Nicholas Batum missing from long range. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got his second basket of the game.
And the bulk of Gobert's offense is going to come down low. Even if the D knows that, it can still be tough to stop.
And Wall kicks to George. To the middle. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's Edwards. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Prince. Russell against George. Takes it out to Leonard. Gobert with the block.
And the reach and height of Gobert, it literally makes it impossible to score over him. He's able to get all over that shot. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Wall. And there's the drive. And here's Leonard from 3. A putback. The rebound by Prince. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Edwards against George. Edwards drives in and finished off by Edwards.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
Now, here's Zubac. Batum screen on Edwards. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Timberwolves secured a spot in the playoffs last season, Greg, and we enjoyed it after they got that emotional win in the play-in game in the Twin Cities over the Clippers. What a night.
And, Kevin, you could tell it meant a lot to the players. This is a team that has struggled for so long, and by getting to the playoffs, this is a step in the right direction.
Now here's Gobert, and finished off by Gobert.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Here's Zubac. Gobert with the block. Zubac the pass to George. And here's Leonard. Left side, George. And then jammed down as he goes right over Rudy Gobert.
And you know what? For me, these don't show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Now here's Edwards. Over to the wing. Towns wide open. They get it back. Gobert. Back to Russell. Right wing. From deep. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 6. The pass to George. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Boy, a nice show of strength that time from Paul George, absorbing the hit and still carving out space to get the shot to go down.
And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. There's the drive. And then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards, confident in taking on defenders and finishing.
George looking over the floor. Zubac finds George. That shot missing. Gobert with the defensive effort. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Prince's shot is good.
Boy, the speed with which Prince shoots is amazing. I mean, this guy barely takes any time to let it go.
And here's Leonard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Batum getting it done. What a move that time.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And so it's Minnesota with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. And it's Prince in at the 3.
And how about the recognition by Gobert? I mean, of course, it does help when you're 7 feet like Rudy. It can give you a clean view of the court.
Now, here's George. He's got 7. The kick out to Wall. Lets it go from deep. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And after not playing for a season, John Wall back in action, bought out by the Rockets, and he signs with the Clippers. If he can get back to where he was, that's a huge win for the Clippers. Could serve as a deadly third option for LA.
And finished off by Gobert.
And no issues at the rim for Gobert. One of the league leaders in flushes. The Frenchman loves to finish above the rim.
Now here's Wall. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Batum scanning the floor. Crosses over. Pass to Zubac. Shot clock at 5. A beautiful reverse layup. Zubac has got his first bucket in this one.
You know, Batum is not just a scorer. He's a really good all-around player. Very effective at finding the open man, too.
Russell inside, covered by Wall. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And Russell with the basket on the assist by Gobert. Russell's got the lead up to 10 now for the Timberwolves. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
All with it, picked up by Edwards. Outside, George. Pass to Zubac. The Clippers need to get off a shot. George dishes to Batum. No good from outside. Timberwolves leading by 10. Here's Edwards. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
You know, with his strength and body control, Edwards should be an and-one machine at this level.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Everything working for them inside so far, guys. Tons of high-quality shots that they're knocking down inside.
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just playing unselfishly.
Now here's Edwards. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Well, Clark, here's an interesting stat trend of the 2022 season. More shots are taken from 3-point range, but fewer makes on average per shot.
Yeah, the volume has gone up, but the makes have not. You know, more teams are launching triples, and more defenses, quite honestly, Kevin, are focused on challenging those shots. Not surprising to see the numbers trending in the direction you mentioned.
Now, here is George. 7 points in the game. Leonard kicks to Zubac. From 11 feet away. And that one hits back iron. Timberwolves leading by 12. Towns, the pass to Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Boy, the athleticism of Edwards is something to behold. Love watching him sky up to throw it down.
And Batum kicks to Leonard. Back to Batum. Shoots a fader. Shoots over Towns. A shot by Batum. No good. Timberwolves on offense. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. For the Clippers organization, GA, what do you think the goal is?
Well, it's clear to me, Kevin, get to the NBA Finals. The Clippers have never made it there. And I think a trip to the Finals is within reach of this group. They just need to stay healthy. And the assets traded by the Wolves for Rudy Gobert surprised a lot of people. In essence, 5 first-round picks, 3 of them unprotected. They better hope this thing works out. A lot riding on.
Now here's Prince. Out to Edwards. Back to Prince. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubats has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's George. Leonard trying to break free. George, no good. Timberwolves leading by 12. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Stolen by George. And oh, here we go. Wall, nobody back. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game.
Sometimes it's just better to concede a rebound instead of fighting through the guy and getting called for over the back.
Yeah, I agree. And you've got to have a sense of when you're not going to be able to get to the ball. That just wasn't a smart foul.
And the Clippers going with a whole new group out there. The kick out to Anderson. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Powell. The feed now to Covington. 3 seconds left. Back to Powell. He gets it up. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves enjoying a 12-point lead as they tie. Dave, thank you. And
the Timberwolves, 25.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Paul George really making a difference here.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
So with George on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. The guard and off guard, filled by Jackson and Powell. Marcus Morris is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Kennard in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Covington. Back to Powell. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Covington. From downtown. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. He lobs it up and finished. By McDaniel.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
And the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Now the Clippers trading last season for Norman Powell. And as they say, Greg, the rich get richer.
Yeah, an excellent two-way player. Their wing depth becoming the envy of the league. And he's just coming into his prime. So he fits the timeline of their star.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Covington's shot is off.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Passes it to Reed. Inside. Anderson kicks to McDaniels. The pass to Noel. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Rivers can't get it to go.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Kennard, the pass to Morris. Kennard setting the pick for Covington. And he banks in the layup. Covington's got his first 2 points.
Oh, Covington really is fantastic at getting his arms high in the air when he's attempting a shot inside. Really gives the defense no chance to catch up to it or get to it.
Now here's Anderson. No points in the game yet for him. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Anderson's got the lead up to 14 now for the Timberwolves. Now here's Powell. Not a lot of room. It's tipped. Stolen by Anderson.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2 minutes.
The shot will not fall. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Up top, Rivers. Guarded by Jackson. Pass to Noel. Kicks it to McDaniels. Pass to Reed. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Timberwolves lead by 14.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Now here's Covington. Powell, the pass to Covington. Here's Kennard. McDaniels defending. Stolen by Reed. 54 seconds left in the third quarter. It's Rivers on the wing. He kicks it to McDaniels. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Robert Covington picks one up. Minnesota shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
He doesn't get the second one. Right side Wall. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
One of the things that makes Wall so tough at his position is his athleticism, and he's able to use that to draw fouls inside.
A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Prince wide open. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Prince has got 6 points.
Coming into the league, scouts predicted Prince would be a solid 3-and-D specialist, and they were spot on.
Wall dishes to George. It's stolen by Edwards. Here's Towns. Out to Edwards. With 4 seconds on the clock, and Edwards with the stop.
Defense gets burned by Edwards' ball handling ability. I mean, this guy is athletic and can really move.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves out in front. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. 2 big men inside, Towns and Gobert. Backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. And it's Prince in at the 3.
Boy, good effort that time from Towns on the offensive board, ensuring that his team is able to end that possession with points.
Now here's Wall. Here's George into the lane and then jammed down as he goes right over Rudy Gobert.
As athletic a move as you're going to see right there. Unreal.
How about the hang time on that thing? Wow.
Well, you got to have some hang time if you're going to pull off that 360, and he certainly has some.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
Leonard kicks to Wall. Outside for Batum. Outside, George, just 5 on the clock. A shot by Batum, no good. Minnesota leading by 17. Gobert finds Russell. And Towns throws it down.
Well, you got to respect and admire the focus of Towns. I mean, he just doesn't get rattled. He just stays with it, embraces the challenge, and keeps coming.
Now here's Wall. The 3 from George. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Outside, Russell. Passes to Edwards. Back to Russell. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Here's Leonard, tries yet again, puts the move on, and it's good on the way in. Leonard's got his first points in this one.
And that's the activity on the offensive glass they like to see out of Kawhi. When he's in full hustle mode, they're a much stronger team.
Here's Russell, and he comes up with the deuce.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Now, here's George, and it's George again missing.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Russell passes to Edwards. Zubac against Towns. Knocks down the 3 ball. Towns has got 7 points for the quarter.
You know what? You have bigs who can threaten you with the triple where you have to at least respect it. But when you think about Karl Anthony Towns, in multiple seasons, he's hit over 40% from 3.
And the dunk by Zubac.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now
for the Timberwolves.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
And here's Towns, following the three-pointer by John Wall. From deep three-point range. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, George. That's good. And so Wall with the assist.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Russell with it. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable... All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg.
Let's meet the starting one.
Well, you got to expect a low-scoring game tonight, Grant. Two terrific defensive clubs fighting to lock each other down.
Both these teams are elite on the defensive end. These guys won't be making it easy out there. When there's lots of stops, lots of forced turnovers, it can be very difficult to find a scoring rhythm.
So let's take a look at the Phoenix Suns starting lineup. The deadly pair of Paul and Booker are the backcourt. Crowder and Ayton the bigs. And it's Bridges in at the 3. Now here's Wall. Pass to George. And the jam by George.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it. Just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
Outside Paul. Bridges outside. Paul with it. And it's Leonard picking him up. Out to Bridges. Fires from deep. Leonard pulls down the board.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Here's George. The Suns clear it. First quarter, just over a minute played.
Yeah, back in the day when I was playing, the Clippers were always an easy win. Now, LA is consistently a playoff team. Boy, oh boy, how times have changed.
Now here's Wall. For 3. That doesn't go either for George. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Wall. And it's the Clippers on the break. Leonard for 3. The shot, no good. And Phoenix the other way now. And your last year in the league, the 12-13 season, you played for the Clippers.
Yes, I did, and a great team at that. Blake Griffin, CP3, all in their primes. We won the division for the first time in Clippers history. Team record 56 wins. That year was big in the turnaround for LA.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Up top, Bridges. He's guarded by Zubats. Pass to Paul. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Wall. Paul, shot is off.
And that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time he hits it.
And that one drops.
The defense is pretty close to Paul George, but not close enough as he powers right past him.
The Suns have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Outside Booker. Drops in the 3.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Clippers trail. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And stolen by Bridges. Booker with it. Guarded now by George.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
George against Booker. Pass to Bridges. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to go on Kawhi Leonard.
And think about this. In an era of load management, Mikal Bridges is a rarity. He has never missed a game in college or the NBA.
Bridges hits them both. And if you talk to Bridges, Grant, he really credits his mom for his determination on and off the court.
You know, B.A., it's a terrific story. Now, she actually made the NBA before Mikal did. She joined the 76ers organization in 2015, 3 years before Mikal was drafted.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Good scorers have that ability. When Leonard gets that deep, it's usually a bucket, a trip to the free throw line, or both.
And Leonard drops them both.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of 3 perimeter players to win back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards. It's him, Sidney Moncrief, and a young Dennis Rodman.
Pulls up. Phoenix no good that time either.
If he wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Back to Zubats. Now Leonard. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Personal foul.
And for his career, Kawhi Leonard has more steals than fouls, Greg.
You know, B.A., he and Jimmy Butler, I believe, the only 2 players to achieve that after a decade in the league. A pretty remarkable achievement.
Well, these Suns have had a successful past couple of seasons.
Yeah, B.A., I mean, they certainly know the greatness they're capable of. They can give you a lot of confidence out there on the floor, even against other elite teams.
Now here's Paul. George with the block.
Paul George has such great defensive instincts, the length, and then the read that time.
Batum gets the bucket. And that makes it a tie ball game.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Outside Paul. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
Was Paul a crafty finisher? Gets inside, and despite being 6 feet, he'll find a way to get it done.
Wall against Paul. Pass to Leonard. Booker against George. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 6.
Paul George has such a deep bag on the offensive end, a polished scorer, and tough to keep him away from hot spots on the floor. Now that's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Suns ahead. They lead by. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, guys, what stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Leonard and Batum, the duo at forward. John Wall is out there with Paul George. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. That's the group for the Clippers starting the second. Crowder outside. Let's go with a 3. And the Suns get another 3.
Important for this offense to have a perimeter threat that's being provided for them right now by Jay Crowder.
Up top, George. Booker defending. Leonard passes to George. Here's Wall. Batum with a screen on Paul. Batum outside. Shoots over Bridges. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Outside Booker. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. No good from outside. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Here's Leonard. And yep, it's good. He's got 5.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they pay the price.
They set the screen. Paul with it. Guarded now by George. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way. And last year's outcome, so unfortunate for Paul and the Phoenix Suns, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I mean, the best record in the league by 8 games. You know, it kind of seemed like Paul might finally get that ring. Just a heartbreaking loss for them against Dallas in Game 7.
And it's Bridges with the jam.
Bridges showing off his athleticism. He's able to get in there at full speed and still score.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Booker for 3. Hits the 3-pointer. And now a 10-point Phoenix lead.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Wall, the pass to George. Back to Wall. Kicks it to George. Can they get it? And it's Phoenix with the rebound. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Paul against Wall. Crowder outside. Outside Paul. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Wall. And it's Phoenix with another.
The mid-range master, Chris Paul, at it again.
For Los Angeles, they've got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter.
2 minutes remaining.
George, a screen on Paul. Kicks it to George. Tries to break his ice. And good. Coming on the assist by Wall. George has got 8 points.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Wall against Paul. Bridges outside. 1:33 left to play in the first half. Outside for Booker. From deep three-point range. Leonard pulls down the board. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Batum. Inside. Here's Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
And if you give Batum some time to survey the floor, he'll find an open teammate. Well, still a few years out, but the Clippers have to be excited about moving into their own arena in 2024. So much innovation has gone into the design of the building, and it just looks incredible.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Suns.
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming, so they're creating some turnovers. They're capitalizing on.
George's shot is good.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Paul against Wall. Outside Paul. Outside for Booker. Pass to Crowder. Clock at 6. Up top Paul. Wall covering. Paul can't get it to go. The Clippers have gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. The kick out to Wall. Here's Leonard. Man, the basket's good with the assist from Wall. Wall's got 3 assists now in this one.
Quick rise and quick fire from the mid-range. This is automatic stuff from Kawhi Leonard.
For 3, Booker. Up again. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials getting together here. They may want to review this one.
The previous play is under
The halftime just yet. The officials signaling that they are going to take a look at this replay.
Yeah, they're going to review that shot to make sure he got it off in time, but I think it's going to count.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So the replay was conclusive, and so it's the Phoenix Suns finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead, getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. And don't go far.
The Suns, 29.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Chris Paul having a dominant impact in this game.
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And so in the game for the Suns, we've got Damian Lee, Cameron Johnson out there with Dario Saric. And then it's Landry Shamet, and it's Landale in at the 5. Wow, that's good. And legacies are defined in the playoffs. Game to game, what's the measure of greatness for a star player in your mind, Grant?
For BA, I think it's all about consistency. The great ones in this league historically bring it every night. They may have a bad game here or there, but for the most part, the energy, the effort, and the consistency is always there.
Jackson outside. Pass to Covington. Kicks it out to Jackson. Back to Covington. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson.
That's a tough shot as Covington finds a way that time.
Phoenix has gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Here's Shamet. Defended by Jackson. Here's Landale. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on Morris.
Man, the defender really went after him.
After a tough decade for the Suns between 2010 and 2020, they are once again a team to be reckoned with in the NBA, Brent.
Oh, man, the cachet of talent that this roster has is tremendous. And this team really came together in a hurry, and they're going to be a force for the next few years to come.
Covington, no good. The Suns leading. Shamet into the lane. Here's Lee, and that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw.
At the line for the Suns.
Here's Jackson, looking for his first basket still in this one. The three is up. Out of bounds. It'll be Phoenix's ball. Well, Phoenix is shooting very well, 62%, and going right at the defense. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. From deep, Johnson. There's the three. Another three for Phoenix.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, the thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
And the Clippers miss again.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Powell, and Powell with the stuff.
Not surprised Norman Powell can get up.
Phoenix has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Here's Lee. Outside Johnson. Sinks the tray. Johnson's got 9 points now in the second half.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him. After taking Cam Johnson 10th in the 2019 draft, the Timberwolves promptly sent him and Saric to the Suns in exchange for Jarrett Culver.
The Suns on offense. They're on a 13-4 run. With the tip, controls the rebound and the putback. Johnson's got 11 points.
Now that takes a skillful touch.
Yeah, excellent control to just ease the ball back up and in. Jackson, the pass to Covington. Now Morris. It's Powell on the wing. Up top, Jackson. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. 4 on the clock. For 3, Covington. It's hauled in by the Suns. Well, remember, the Suns received heavy criticism for acquiring Johnson in that draft day trade.
Yeah, B.A., I don't know that it was about the players so much as how old Cam Johnson was, and Phoenix maybe trying to explore an upside guy with that high of a pick. Well, feels like the GM knew what he was doing. Cam Johnson's been a huge addition to this team, and his shooting has been remarkable.
Out of bounds. It'll be Phoenix's ball. Phoenix has gotten 7 of 12 three-point attempts to fall. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Landale. And the foul on Marcus Morris. That'll be a second foul of the game. And the Clippers going with a whole new group out there.
Substitution on the court.
27 seconds left in the third. And here's Johnson. He's got 14. Off target from outside. And here's the fast break. Here's Leonard. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
Leonard once again imposing his will.
Here's Shamet. Outside Johnson. Puts up a 3. That shot off the mark. And so it's Cameron Johnson making things happen for the Suns. Torching the Nets. Hitting 4 from distance that quarter. We're coming. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. It's Batum at the power forward with Zubac at center. And it's Wall in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Batum with a screen on Booker. George passes to Batum. Back to George. Over Ayton. George's shot is off. Well, the Suns' shooting has been great. 57% and finding ways to score consistently. Paul with the bucket.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Leonard way outside. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
I mean, is there another guy in the league who knows when his team needs this kind of lift? Kawhi getting those 3 points right back.
Outside Johnson. Back to Paul. Tipped. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. Here's Wall. And he banks in the layup. Wall's got his first 2 points.
You think about the growth of Kawhi Leonard's game, where in the first few seasons had very few assists as a playmaker, and now it's a key part of his game.
Bridges right side. Back to Paul. Outside Johnson. Another 3 for Phoenix.
I mean, as good a passer as we've ever seen in the NBA. Chris Paul setting up a great look that time.
Wall against Paul. Wall, the pass to Batum. And Booker pulls it down. Booker's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. From deep. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Leonard's got 5 rebounds tonight. The kick out to Wall. Pass to Batum. Jacks up a 3. And Booker pulls it down. George for 3. The shot off that time. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Phoenix.
Their offensive game plan has been simple. Look to shoot it often from outside the arc. And the results have been outstanding.
Well, we've also seen them being very aggressive down in the paint. All game long, they've been hunting down those inside points.
Crowder, he's checked in for Johnson. Paul against Wall.
2 minutes remaining.
Fires it.
2 minutes.
Paul, shot is off. In transition, here come the Clippers. Here's Batum. The kick out to Wall. Back to Batum. And another shot. And good. Coming on, the assist by Wall. Wall's got 4 assists in the game.
One thing that is not going away is Nicholas Batum and that length that he possesses. Great job on the offensive glass there.
Pass to Bridges. Beyond the arc. And Wall pulls it down. For Los Angeles, they've gotten just 3 of 9 shots to go in. Struggling this fourth quarter.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Suns.
Seemed like the sheer volume of 3-pointers today was the deciding factor.
And they'd hit one and then just dial it up again. And it worked.
Outside Booker. Launches a 3. Knocks down the triple.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Wall, the pass to Leonard. No good. And Phoenix the other way now. Crowder outside. Another 3 for Phoenix.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Leonard with a screen on Booker. Leonard outside. Here's the 3. Out of bounds. The Clippers will keep possession. 17 seconds left in the final quarter, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges. And so here are the Clippers. Outside wall, stolen by Ayton. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. So it's the Suns winning this one easily. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the...
Here's a shot from earlier on. As the Suns arrive at the arena, they're looking to leave town on a winning note tonight. So Phoenix will get the first possession. Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Up it forward, they'll have Bridges and Crowder. And it's Ayton in at the 5 spot.
And looking back to Devin Booker in that 2015 draft, this guy went 13th overall.
What a steal. Plus, Book was the 4th guy taken from his own college. I think that put a giant chip on his shoulder, fueled Devin to the all-star he is today.
Bridges passes to Crowder. And the 3 off target. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Drives to the hoop. And Edwards with the stuff.
You can't let Edwards get in the lane. Outstanding at using that burst of speed on the drive.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, Monty Williams gave me a few minutes to catch up. He's confident in their ability to win the battle of the low post. That's where he'd like to see most of the action take place. Kevin, I think we can expect them to pound the ball down low every chance they get. Let their big men go to work.
Thank you, David. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Towns finds Russell. Back to Towns. A 3 ball. It's hauled in by the Suns. Bridges outside. Booker outside. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Instantaneous offense. Booker gets the hot pass and quickly has that shot in the air.
Here's Edwards. And there's the drive. And finished off by Edwards.
And what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
Booker the pass to Ayton. And Edwards with a clear path to the basket.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
And talking about a franchise that has done a complete 180, look no further than the Phoenix Suns. Before 2021, they hadn't even been to the playoffs in 10 years. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And the rejection by Ayton.
And using that wide reach to reject shots. Ayton can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
And Booker kicks to Bridges. Here's the floater. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. In just 4 seasons, Phoenix Drag went from last in the conference to the best record in the entire NBA. It's been an unbelievable story.
And there's a lot of talent on this team, not to mention a great coach in Monty Williams. The future is bright for this franchise.
And so here's Phoenix following the bucket by the Timberwolves. And the wide open shot from Paul finds himself wide open and drills it.
See, it's the accuracy of Paul's shooting that makes the mid-range look easy. He can take that shot all night.
Here's Russell. The kick out to Towns. Back to Russell. Crowder with the steal. And they're on the break. For 3, Booker sinks the triple. Booker's got 6.
Yeah, and you don't want to let Devin Booker get easy points in transition.
Oh, he got hacked on the 3-pointer. He'll head to the line. This is his first free throw of the game. Free throw good, Russell. And he's good on the second. And he nails the third. 58 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now here's Paul. 6 points for him. The kick out to Crowder. To the middle. And there's Ayton, and that's good on the assist from Crowder.
And padding that field goal percentage, just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
Ball's knocked loose. Crowder feeling it out a bit. Passes it to Paul. 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And so Gobert will bring it up for Minnesota. It's a three-point game. Rejected by Crowder. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Towns. We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter. Al Paul. Over Russell. Paul finds Booker. Over Edwards. And the Suns tack on two more.
Sharp find by Paul, one of the best passers of all time.
Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here.
The previous play is under review.
We're going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
Yeah, it's hard to tell on that one. And so a good time to go to the replay and just to make sure if he got it off on time.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock had expired while the ball... And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be right back after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Phoenix. And the Suns call time. And you see players trying to get the officials to blow the whistle. Were players in your day, Greg, falling down as much as they seem to be doing now?
Oh, it's way more common now. And let's face it, it's a copycat league. All the whistles slow the game down. I just love to see them let a little bit more go.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Ayton is the pivot, and Crowder slides in at the 4. And it's Bridges in at the 3 spot. Russell against Paul. Pass to Bridges. The feed to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
And a strong showing of physical strength there from Ayton. Defenders have their hands full when he's around the rim.
Edwards with it. Now guarded by Booker. Prince dishes to Towns. There's the triple. 6 to shoot. Here's Russell. Keeps it alive. And there's Gobert putting it right back in. Gobert's got 4 points in the quarter.
He knows his job. Gobert is there to own the glass and cash in on as many second chance opportunities as he can.
Now the pass to Bridges. Here's Ayton over Edwards. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
An absolute beast inside. Love how Ayton uses his size to draw these fouls.
Young big men, though, often struggle to find consistency, but you look at Ayton's first 4 seasons, the numbers are almost identical year to year.
And Booker kicks to Paul. With the drive, another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
See, I like it when Paul attacks the hoop, when he looks for his.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Ayton. And for Ayton, the numbers are impressive indeed, averaging a double-double every season.
And he's got all the tools. Next steps, making more plays for others, and they've been working on his shooting range to open up the lane a bit more.
Russell against Paul. Prince outside. This one for 3. The shot, no good. And Phoenix the other way now. Booker the pass to Ayton. Outside Crowder. And it's Paul, top the key. Driving to the basket.
And the reach and height of Gobert, it literally makes it impossible to score over him. He's able to get all over that shot. Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And Ayton throws it down.
Great decision making from Booker, realizing one of his guys is open and whips the pass to him.
Outside, Towns. Back to Russell. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Suns leading by 6. Booker looking around. Pass to Crowder. Bridges outside. Driving inside. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in this game. He's made all 3 of his free throws so far.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Russell dishes to Towns. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And the #1 overall pick in 2015, Karl-Anthony Towns has been the franchise player in Minnesota, but out to prove he can be the cornerstone on a contender.
Greg, in order for Towns to get the Wolves to where they want to go, and certainly where he wants to go, how does he take the next step?
For me, last season, an inconsistent playoff performance for Cat. He's got to make an imprint on the game, even when shots aren't falling.
To the inside. Here's Crowder. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Crowder's got 4 points this quarter.
Not a ball stopper on the wing. Bridges with the help.
Bridges against Edwards. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Whew. He tried to get spicy and totally whiffed, huh? Okay. He's going to be living this one down for at least, I don't know, about a week.
Booker the pass to Paul. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Timberwolves trail by 5. Edwards looking it over. Driving in. Misses off the left iron.
Normally he drains that.
Booker with a deep 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Suns lead. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
They've got Austin Rivers. Kyle Anderson is out there with McDaniels. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Noel in at the shooting guard position. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Second shot opportunity, and there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
And the anticipation of Saric, outstanding at staying engaged and just eating up those rebounds.
Rivers kicks to McDaniels. Shot on the wing. Was shot missing. So Phoenix will take it the other way. Shamet the pass to Saric, and out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Timberwolves trail by 7. Here's McDaniels. He's still scoreless so far in this one. From about 19 feet, that one off the back iron and out. The Suns shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Saric up top, guarded by Reed. Pass to Landale. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Phoenix shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
The kick out to Anderson. He's looking for Rivers and finds him. And the basket is good.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Johnson. Saric with the screen for Johnson. Goes back up. Saric, that's good. Saric has got the lead up to 9 now for the Suns.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Saric has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
Rivers with it. Now guarded by Saric. Anderson kicks to McDaniel. Good on the three-point shot. McDaniel's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Now, here's Shamet. He's guarded by Rivers. The offensive rebound. Lee left side. The pass to Shamet. Kicks it out to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock.
2 minutes remaining.
Three-pointer.
2 minutes.
Up again. Saric on the follow. Saric has got 6.
He's so strong when he goes to work on the glass. One opening is all he'll need to finish the play, even if it's just a tip-in.
Rivers, the kick out to Anderson. The tray. Landale grabs the miss.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks for rain. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Hands it from downtown. And now it's an 11-point Phoenix lead.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
And it's blocked. Oh, trying for it. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. .116 left in the third. Here's Edwards. Takes it inside.
And we are seeing tonight why Edwards was selected first overall. Anthony has a special ability to score.
Ball against Russell. Shot clock at 6. Booker dishes to Ayton. Over Gobert, and it's Ayton missing.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
Edwards drives in, and the rejection by Ayton. And now the Suns, a fast break. Booker with it, now defended by Gobert. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And Edwards with the stuff.
Oh, great work by Edwards to get up court in a hurry and get himself a bucket. Can't let those fast break opportunities get away.
Paul with the ball. 8 points for him. Banked in off the glass. Paul's got 10 points in the game.
The defense looking lazy there. You can't allow Paul to get inside like this. That's just asking for trouble.
For 3, Edwards. And so it's Phoenix in control with a 9-point lead to end the And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
And from a team perspective, having your off-guard rip off passes like that, it's awesome. It shows you have guys willing to give up the rock.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Up it forward, they'll have Bridges and Crowder. And it's Ayton in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Edwards. Here he goes. And Edwards with the stuff.
And how about the athleticism from Edwards rocketing off the drive there for the slam.
Ball looking over the floor. Kicks it out to Booker. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Booker against Edwards. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
And as a defender, Edwards' speed and agility make him tough to shake. No easy shots with him on you.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
The kick out to Towns. Crowder with the steal.
And really, that's why you don't want to go up into the air without a plan. Had no option of what to do with the ball.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Suns call time here. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Monty Williams talking with his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go, guys.
Thanks so much, David. Ball outside. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Oh, the lob to Gobert. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And Gobert is so well set up there. All he's got to do is elevate above the D and take that one home.
Timeout call, the Suns. Suns leading by 5. Ball outside. Pass to Bridges. Back to Paul. Over Russell. And it's Paul missing. And so Edwards will bring it up for Minnesota. A great fourth quarter. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one.
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
New appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Paul outside. Can they get it? And it's sent back by Russell. Paul with the steal. Outside Crowder. Back to Paul. Trying to get open is Crowder. Paul can't get it to go.
And it's really a tale of 2 quarters. Shot it so well in the last, but this one can't get anything to fall.
Bridges with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Suns. Here's Booker. And 2 free throws coming up on it. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can
The previous play is undisputed.
the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays,
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, everyone, give a big hand to your first Avenue Breaker.
First one falls for him.
The thing about Booker is he rarely has an off night. He's one of the most consistent shooters in the league.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Edwards with it. Bridges covering. And Towns throws it down.
And this is why he's a go-to option. Towns enjoys getting the chance to come up big for his team.
Ball passes to Booker. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Russell kicks to Towns. 1:24 left in the fourth. It's over Crowder. Here's Edwards. It's hauled in by the Suns. They've led by as many as 11 points. This is it to Booker. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Edwards. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Ayton.
And this is Edwards' game. When he's aggressive and trying to score, it really puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
And Edwards drops them both.
And you just knew he wasn't going to miss that one. Not with so much riding on it.
And here is Paul. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. Good!
And since going to the finals back in 2021, Booker's earned the reputation of a winning player.
Got a piece of it and taken away by Paul. Oh, Ayton in position. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop.
Can't waste any time here.
It needs to be a quick shot and a quick foul.
Here's Gobert. Got it.
Yeah, wow, what a shot. Gobert showing he has what it takes in the clutch.
And they'll get another chance. And so it's Phoenix who scrape by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic...
position, 7 feet tall, number 32.
So the Clippers win the tip. So here's the Clippers starting group. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. It's Batum at the power forward with Zubac at center. And it's Wall in at the point. Such a wide open look.
Well, Kawhi Leonard getting to his spots, and his hands are up, ready to catch and shoot. Nicely done. Boy, guys, it wasn't too long ago that the Los Angeles Clippers were the worst team in the league, but boy, have times changed. The Clippers are now an attractive organization for some stars.
Now here's Edwards. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. I mean, a true transformation of the Clippers. They were that team that stars avoided.
They were, BA, but I think that started to change back in 2011, the trade of CP3 to the Clippers. It started this new era. Then the ownership change helped it even further. And in one summer, let's remember, they signed both Kawhi and Paul George. Unreal transformation.
Now here's Wall. Leonard outside. 5 to shoot. 14 feet away. And good. Coming on the assist by Wall. Leonard's got 5 now.
Come on, guys. Check out the tenacity. There's no back down in this fellow whatsoever.
Pass to Towns. Pulls it. Leonard pulls down the board.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
Back to Batum. George against Edwards. George passes to Zubac. And Gobert with a block.
Rudy Gobert, a consistent force on the defensive end, does a nice job sending that one back.
Outside Edwards. Driving in. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. George with it. He's picked up by Edwards. George passes to Wall. Kicks it to George. And he buries his first look.
The interior game of Paul George is excellent. He does not allow the defense to bother him, even with a hand in his face.
Pass to Prince. Now Edwards. And he drives in. Here's Gobert. Goes back up. Here's Towns. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp.
Even on the years he's not winning Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert finds a way to finish in the top 3. This is one of the most consistent, elite defenders in the game.
Here's George. Pass to Zubac. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Here's Towns. Oh, okay then.
How about the creativity, the athleticism? That's a rare combination for a guy his size. Go to work, Cat.
George outside from the arc. Doesn't go for him. Now Minnesota takes it the other way. Right side, Russell. Gobert up top. Pass to Edwards. Leonard pulls down the board. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Here's George. And the jam by George.
Well, this is one aspect of his game where Kawhi Leonard has come such a long way. The ability to make guys around him better with his passing.
Now here's Russell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Sends it home from three-point land.
And you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Leonard, left side. George passes to Wall. The three-pointer off the mark. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Here's Here's Russell. Batum with the defensive effort.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Leonard with the ball. Prince is there. Shot by Leonard, no good. A chance to go 2 for 1.
And you really must play this just right.
I'll tell you, so many different aspects to his offensive arsenal. Towns flashing solid handle ability.
George outside. Back to Batum. Shot clock at 6. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Nick Batum does pre-shot preparation, so on the catch he is ready to rise and fire.
Zubac. Oh, that's something else.
I mean, just beautiful.
Oh, give me a little sauce. Anthony Edwards rise high and finish over the defender.
He's been playing great unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
And indeed, they're going to look at it again.
The previous play is under the
Buzzer.
And the video is going to be sent to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus. It looked like he got it off in time, though.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
And after reviewing the play, it looks like they're overturning the call here. That basket is good.
It would have been a real shame if those points didn't count. I'm so glad the officials were able to take a second look and make the right call.
And so both teams trading bucket. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
The backcourt is Russell and Edwards. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. And it's Prince in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves.
Hard work pays off right there. Anthony Edwards finds himself in the paint and draws contact.
That one drops. He ties it up. In 2022, we saw a lot of teams playing a slightly slower game, Doris, compared to previous seasons.
I think, Brian, what's interesting about the NBA is it's a game that is in a constant state of evolution. You had the three-point revolution. You had a stretch of time where teams would not hit the offensive glass. That has now come back a little bit. Unequivocally, defense is improving drastically, and so you've got to find a way to score it.
Here's Towns. After the Clippers picking up a basket just a moment ago. Here's Gobert. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Now, this is why Rudy Gobert shoots such an outstanding percentage. He consistently knows what shots to take.
Wall against Russell. Wall, the pass to Zubac. That shot is off. Good D by Gobert. Zubac with the steal. Pass to Batum. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. And there's the lob. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Batum gets the bucket.
Now, look at Nick Batum get out in the open floor and finish ahead in transition. That is nice.
Here's Prince. Takes the 3. Kawhi Leonard comes up with a rebound. George against Russell. George, no good. The Timberwolves trail. Well, you know the Timberwolves are a young squad, Doris. When will it be their time, you think?
I think, B.A., when you have a talent that is the anchor of your organization, which they have in Karl Anthony Towns, that is one of the most talented big men, most polished offensive players that we've seen in the NBA. Couple him with Anthony Edwards, and Rudy Gobert, and I think you now have to start looking to be a consistent winner. I am anxious to see what this team does this year. Boy, when we talk about those elite two-way threats, Paul George's name is certainly high on everyone's list. The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Now here's Edwards. 6 points for him. Here's Russell, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved. Pretty pass.
And we know how dominant George can be on both ends of the floor, Doris.
Well, consider he's a great scorer, a three-level scorer, and then he's able to guard perimeter and post players. That combination of size, length, athleticism, he continues to be a major threat in this league.
Just 3 to shoot. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. Outside Russell.
2 minutes remaining in that. 2 minutes.
The kick out to Edwards. Towns against Batum. Here's Russell. Pass to Prince. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound, Timberwolves. Now here's Edwards. Takes it inside, and Edwards slams it in.
You better get out of the way. So much power from Anthony Edwards on that drive. Look out.
Russell against Wall. George outside. Pass to Batum. Not going to go that time. And Minnesota will come the other way. Russell, pass to Gobert. That shot's good. Russell making the play.
Boy, this guy's such an instinctive passer. D'Angelo Russell could average double-digit assists if he wanted to.
Now here's George. He's got 6. The kick out to Wall. Pass to Leonard. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
Well, he's got size and he has touch. It makes interior scoring easy for Kawhi Leonard.
And here's Russell. Here's Towns. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to be on Ivica Zubac. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, we know this. Karl Anthony Towns was a go-to option from the very first moment he stepped in the lines of an NBA court. The versatility is so difficult to match up against.
And it's a completely new group for the Clippers. Jackson outside. Pass to Covington. Towns with a rebound.
Robert Covington. First personal foul. Team foul.
The first free throw is good.
Taking 2 shots.
And so Towns nails them both.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. The T-Wolves on top. They lead by 4. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Karl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense.
Appreciate it, Allie. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You know, Karl Anthony Towns has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And so in the game for Los Angeles, Jackson and Powell make up the backcourt. Amir Coffey out there with Robert Covington. And it's Morris in at the 5 down low. Coffey on the wing. McDaniels covering. Powell passes to Covington.
Norman Powell. First personal foul.
Minnesota in the lead. Last year, the Clippers finishing 8th in the West. However, they missed the playoffs, Doris.
Right, B.A., but keep in mind, they didn't have Kawhi for the entire season. No Paul George for most of the season. In fact, I thought Ty Lue did an incredible coaching job getting that team to the 8th spot. They just went on to lose 2 tough games in the play-in tournament. We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Here's Rivers. On the wing, Noel takes a 3. He buries it from 3.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Jackson, pass to Covington. They get it back. Another shot. Morris, right side. Shot clock at 5. Second chance effort. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Well, this guy's a capable scorer from the interior. Marcus Morris, adept at using that size and touch to his advantage.
On the wing, Noel. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Reed. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Reed's got his first points in this one.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Powell passes to Morris. On target from range. Morris has got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, this is why Mr. Morris is out there. The ability to drain the shot from long distance and spread the floor.
Pass to Noel. The 3 ball. The Clippers grab the miss.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Powell in the post. Reed defending. Oh, and Reed with a block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Powell passes to Morris. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Now just a 1-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, when you consider if you're trying to guard Norman Powell, the first thing you have to worry about that quick first step. And he uses that first step with a combination of aggression and acceleration. Boy, he can get by you in a hurry. The three-pointer becomes a very high percentage shot when he's that wide open. You better get a hand in his face.
Out to Covington. Pass to Coffey. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. And you talk about Powell's athleticism. Doris, he is fearless on his drives to the bucket.
I don't want to meet him at the cup, BA, because he could put you on a poster fast. And on the other end of the floor, he's got the wingspan and athleticism to make any assignment something he is capable of handling.
McDaniels, that's good.
You know, the coaching staff loves seeing this kind of playmaking from Austin Rivers, the willingness to share the basketball.
Pass to Covington from behind the arc. And he can't get that one. Minnesota's gone 4 of 6 from three-point range thus far. Anderson can't get it to go. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Powell passes to Morris. It's not going to go for him. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. It's McDaniels on the wing. Rivers. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Now it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead. Jackson outside. Pass to Coffey. Back to Jackson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
That's such poise from the crafty guard. Reggie Jackson skilled at finishing in tough coverage.
And in trading for Rudy Gobert, the Timberwolves taking a Twin Towers approach with 2 7-footers in their front court. Of course, the outstanding shooting of Karl Anthony Towns means that spacing shouldn't be much of a concern.
Here's Noel. 7 points in the game. Clock at 6. Anderson with a screen. And he lobs it up. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
It's Powell, high post. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to Noel. Here's Reed. Here's Rivers. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And that'll do it for the third quarter. The T-Wolves on top. They lead by. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just a selfless decision from your two-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. The backcourt, it's Russell and Edwards, and it's Prince in at small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
Paul George's ability to put the ball on the floor and drive it balances out his shooting. So important to have both.
Edwards, the pass to Russell. Back to Edwards. And Kawhi Leonard gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Edwards into the lane.
Well, we call that defensive chops, right? Paul George is draped all over his man. He will not give up anything easy.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Towns. Edwards against George. Pass to Leonard. 5 on the clock. Back to George. Outside wall. To tie it up. Counted from distance. And that ties it up.
John Wall has balanced that great driving ability with this, the ability to complement that with the three-point shooting.
Here's Edwards. Drives to the hoop. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
If you try something like that, you better be sure to complete it.
And the layup falls.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He told them to be patient, work deep into the clock if you have to, but get good shots. He doesn't want them to look up at the scoreboard. He wants execution on each of its plays.
As always, Allie, we thank you. And here are the Clippers now. After the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. George passes to Batum. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Russell up top. Pass to Edwards. Now here's Towns. Lets it go from deep. Here's Gobert. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
Here's Edwards driving to the basket, and Edwards slams it in.
Boy, Anthony Edwards showing you that I've got the handle, I've got the strength off the dribble drive, pretty move.
Leonard outside. The 3-ball. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. The Timberwolves have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Pass to Prince from behind the arc. Kept alive by Minnesota. Here's Gobert. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
You know, to me, it's huge when D'Angelo gets to the glass. This guy has the ability to use his athleticism to his advantage.
George outside. They need this. Gets the 3 to fall.
Wow. How about Paul George commanding the basketball when his team needs a basket? Go to work, sir.
Now here's Russell. Pass to Prince. Edwards with it. Just 5 on the clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game.
A great job to establish position and square up.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. George, a screen on Russell. Wall, the pass to George. Batum sets a screen. It's George on the drive. And a foul. And no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use the coach's challenge. Make them take another look at the call.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen previous players still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right.
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
First free throw is good, and that brings him within 2 here.
We all know Paul George is one of the most gifted and talented offensive players in the game. Now it's time to deliver at the foul line. Well, this is the kind of player he is. The tougher the moment, the more he elevates his game.
Now here's Russell. Towns for 3. Batum pulls it in. Here's Leonard on the take. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
As calm as they come. Kawhi Leonard, a great guy to have at the stripe in these moments.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives him a lead.
And just incredible confidence at the free throw line. That is how you win close games.
Pass to Towns. Here's Gobert. And he was fouled while in the act of... And with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to use their coach's challenge, asking for a review. This could be a big call.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game,
The previous play is under
adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look.
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
Gobert often hits for a higher percentage from the field than he does from the line, but they really need his free throws here. Cool and collected, making them count under pressure.
Now here's Wall. Kicks it to George. Over Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. George outside. Misses the 3. Zubats. Money.
Big time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
To the paint. Here's Gobert. Missed it.
It used to be a smart play to foul Rudy Gobert because he struggled from the free throw line. This guy's so much better now.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives him a lead. Timeout called. The Clippers. They're down by 1. 1 second left in the fourth. Your thoughts, guys?
They've got one last chance to win it. It's got to be a catch and shoot off the inbounds play. They don't have time for a second pass.
Here's George. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot attempt falls offline. And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a win.
players are well represented, Greg, in this one. And all that experience on the court only adds to the intrigue.
Yeah, and it should make for a more polished game overall. More discipline, less mistakes, just high IQ basketball.
And the Clippers starting five. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. The post pairing, Batum and Zubac. And it's Wall in at the point guard. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Nicholas Batum making the resourceful play, gifting the ball to a ready shooter instead of forcing something.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, Tyronn Lue and I had a few minutes to share. Said priority number one is to not let these guys get going from the perimeter. Do not let them start getting open threes. It's a recipe for disaster. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Obviously, the three ball is a big concern for any defense. Smitty, expectations have been so high for this Clippers team in recent seasons with the addition of Kawhi and the addition of Paul George and the other great parts around him.
They've got a lot of terrific players, Kevin. On paper, they look playoff ready. So those expectations aren't so misplaced.
Now here's Wall. Now George. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. George has got 5.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Paul goes in.
And we talk about the playmaking ability of CP3. 3rd all-time in career assists, 2nd all-time in career assist percentage. And he looks far from done.
And Greg, what separates Paul from the other two guys that have more career assists is that Paul also averaged 18 points a game.
And he scores with efficiency. Really a one-of-a-kind talent. When he finally does decide to hang him up, I think he'd make a great head coach as well.
And George gets it to go.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
Paul against Wall. The kick out to Crowder. And Crowder brings it in.
And for Jay Crowder, nothing has been given to him. He fights and he competes.
All with it, now guarded by Booker. Back to Wall. Takes it out to Leonard. Zubac, a screen on Bridges. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
In the pick and roll, I like confidence. Leonard showing as a facilitator, his game just continues to ascend.
Now, Greg, a disappointing ending to the playoffs last season, certainly for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, came in the top seed in their conference only to make a second-round exit after a grueling Game 7. So this season might be revenge time for this group.
Clippers leading by 6. Now, here's George. He's got 8, and stolen by Booker. Ball against Batum. Paul left side. Crowder sets a screen for Paul. The kick out to Crowder. 6 on the shot clock. And Paul with the basket on the assist from Crowder.
So crafty down low. Chris has every shot in the book.
Paul against Wall. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
13 foul.
And here is Los Angeles now. Down low. The shot is good off the backboard.
Such a creative score. Batum can do it inside, from 3, really anywhere on the floor.
For 3, Booker hits it from three-point range.
That kick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's Leonard. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
You see the power right there from Kawhi. Absorbs contact and able to convert right through it.
And Kawhi Leonard with multiple finals MVPs, putting him in elite company.
GA, not many guys have done it ever. The only other current players, KD and LeBron. That should tell you just how special the claw is.
Los Angeles leading by 6. From deep, Wall. Booker pulls it in. Ball against Wall. And the layup is good. Paul's got 6.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
George with the screen on Bridges. Leonard kicks to George. Back to Leonard. It's hauled in by the Suns.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
And it's Paul missing. George looking around. Pass to Zubac. Leonard, that's for 2. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers lead by 4. And the second quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Los Angeles.
Right now is their passing game, and it's been on point. Doing a great job of moving it around and getting the ball to their shooters.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. And small and power forwards, Leonard and Batum. Paul George is out there with Wall, and it's Zubac in at the 5 spot.
Well, many thought the Suns would let Ayton walk as a restricted free agent, but they had no hesitation matching the offer to bring him back. It looks like he'll be a Sun for the foreseeable future.
Nobody near George. Off target from three-point range. And so Ayton will bring it up for the Suns. It's a 3-point game. Outside for Batum. Batum sets a screen for George.
Oh, no, he didn't. Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
George against Booker. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by George. Leonard's got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles. Leonard's gone 2 for 4 so far here tonight. And it's Paul penetrating for 3. Booker. Offensive rebound.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
Knocked away and taken away by Paul. One-on-one fast break. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Devin Booker. Wall dishes to George. The Clippers keep it alive. And Batum kicks to Wall. Clock at 6. And here's Leonard from 3. Jay Crowder with the rebound. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
For decades, the Clippers were almost directionless. But they found their place in the NBA, becoming a franchise that competes in the West.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Powell, he's jacked in for Los Angeles.
Clippers substitution, Norman Powell.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Outside for Batum. Powell with it. Now guarded by Booker. Crowder with the steal.
An accurate shooter from all areas of the floor. Booker has the confidence needed to dominate on offense.
The Suns shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the West, you know, is very difficult. But Steve, for the Clippers, how much of their success is tied to their identity?
Kevin, a lot of it. They've become a hard-nosed team, hanging their hat on defense, playing together, making opponents earn everything they get.
Batum finds Powell. Back to Batum. Crowder with the steal. Here's Paul. Kicks it out to Booker. Shoots the three. Batum grabs the miss. Batum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's George. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Paul looking over the floor. Kicks it out to Booker. There's a minute left here in the second. 5 on the clock. Here's Paul. Phoenix, no good that time either. The Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. George passes to Batum. George dishes to Batum. Back to George. Outside for Batum. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Releases from 15. Misses off the right iron.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
To the paint. Crafty move. And Ayton throws it down.
Sweet find there by Booker. All eyes on him with the ball. And Devin understands that. That has a nice feel for giving up the rock.
George passes to Zubac. Back to George. Outside Leonard. Got it up. And the last shot before the buzzer is off.
And the length and quick feet allow.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be... And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been one outstanding game from George.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Brownson and Saric are the 3 and the 4. Landry Shamet is out there with Lee. And it's Landale in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Monty Williams. Lee passes to Shamet. Johnson with it. Shoots over Covington. Johnson's shot is off.
It's a shot you would think he would make. He just doesn't make it all the time.
Smitty, you can tell Norman Powell has worked very hard at his game.
You know, he just wants to excel at whatever assignment he's given. Kevin, he once said, I've been in every single role on a team, from bench guy to starter, so he knows how to give you value anywhere on the floor.
You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big game. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Shamet plays it up and banks it in. Shamet's got the lead, back up to 2 now for the Suns.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Covington wide open, he fires, drills the three-pointer. Covington's got 5 points so far.
No second guessing on that shot from Robert Covington.
Now, here's Shamet, guarded by Jackson. Back to Shamet. Passes it to Landale. On the wing, Johnson. Jacks up a three. He can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. 4-on-3 break. Lee with the steal. And here they come. Shamet trips down the breakaway slam.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
And up the court come the Suns on the break. To the wing right side. Here's Landale, covered by Morris. The shot's good. And it's a 3-point Suns lead.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Jackson kicks to Morris. Beyond the arc. Can't hit that one. The Suns go the other way with it. Right side, Lee. Johnson outside. Fires from deep. Drains it from beyond the arc. Johnson's got the lead up to 6 now for Phoenix.
Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
Covington setting the pick for Jackson. Outside, Covington. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Covington's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Johnson outside. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen away. Covington passes to Morris. Drops in the layup for 2. Now just a 1-point Suns lead.
Beautiful dime from Covington. He doesn't hesitate to share the ball.
52 seconds left in the third. Lee with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Johnson wide open. He fires. Offline with his 3.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
Morris, no good.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Here's Lee, and Lee with the stuff.
You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
Jackson kicks to Covington. With a tie. Rebound by the Suns. To the inside. Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up.
The third quarter comes to a close. Phoenix ahead. They're up by 5. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Setting the floor for the Clippers. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. The post pairing, Batum and Zubac. And it's Wall in at the point. And he's good on the 3-ball.
As a distributor, Paul is just a machine. He's constantly creating for his guys.
Pass to George. Zubats, a screen on Booker. And here's George for three. Kept alive. Here's Zubats. Wall wide open. A three-pointer off the mark.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
And there's the pass to Ayton. Booker with no one around, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. Clippers trail by 8. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
What a time for him to step up. Big three right there.
That's what you have to do. Clutch shots, clutch shooters, they come through in those positions.
Paul against Wall. Pass to Booker for three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Batum's got his 5th rebound in this one. George with the ball. Chris Paul covering. Another shot, and he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
George against Booker, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Post game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can
The previous play is under
instituted
review.
the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
the speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Ulrich. David?
Hey, Kevin, here's what Monty Williams went over with his team during the timeout. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
Woo, the craftiness of PG-13. Awesome job fooling the defender and jumping into the contact.
Booker against Wall. Booker outside. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
And dunking the ball is just second nature to Ayton. With the right positioning, he's a threat to throw it down.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
14th foul.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. George passes to Zubats. Nifty move. And the dunk by Zubats.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Wall against Paul. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
I love seeing Chris Paul come alive on these possessions. He's an exceptional shooter who does not back away in big moments.
And here's Leonard from 3. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Paul kicks to Booker. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one.
He's the prototype when you look at shooting guards, and Book can get buckets with and without dominating the ball.
And stolen by Ayton. Bridges with it. George picks him up. For 3, Booker. It's hauled in by George. Clippers trail by 8. A 3 from Leonard. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. Again, the miss by Booker. Los Angeles has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Ayton against Batum. Ayton inside. You can't get that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. The deep three from George. Rebound by the Suns.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Paul with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. And Ayton throws it down.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Outside for George. To halt the run. Not going to go that time. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. A confident win. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. Now...
get it done on the offensive end. Grant, how much of that is the system?
Well, these teams have great systems, but ultimately it's about the players. The coaching takes you a long way, but it's a players' league. You need skilled guys who can execute your system, especially when you're in the playoffs.
So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. The backcourt, it's Russell and Edwards, and it's Prince in at the 3. Now here's Gobert. Pass to Towns. Back to Gobert. Here's Towns. Knocked away. Crowder with a steal. Takes the 3. And there's Bridges. That's good. On the assist by Booker.
Good court vision from Booker. He sees a wide open man and gets him the ball for an assist.
Outside Russell. Pass to Edwards. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the rafters. Something you can't put a price tag on. The Minnesota Timberwolves gained last season. Playoff experience. Young guys getting accustomed to the crucible of postseason play. Extremely valuable.
Now here's Crowder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Paul. Sinks the 15-footer.
Chris Paul's mid-range game is good as anybody's in the league. Once he sees an opening in the defense, he gets busy.
Pass to Prince. Lets the 3 fly. And here's Edwards. Going inside, and he jams it home with authority.
Edwards is so physically developed already. Just brushes off the contact there. Really strong drive by Edwards.
So, Clark, would you say playoff experience also raises your regular season play?
I don't think there's any question about it, B.A. I never had a chance in my short career to play in the playoffs, but I covered a bunch of them as a broadcaster. There's a different electricity. There's a different intensity. There's a different feel in the locker room. You learn not to back down. You learn to work through adversity, and you learn to play under pressure.
Now here's Russell. Pass to Prince. Here's Towns. Here's Prince. He's guarded by Bridges. Tries it from 16. Goes back up. And it's finished off by Gobert as he lays it in.
I love the ferocity from Gobert. Snagging that board and getting the putback, he wasn't going to be denied.
Russell against Paul. Outside Booker. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Already a terrific career for Booker. 3-time All-Star, and then last year he was named to the All-NBA first team. Just a big honor.
And with Booker, it's not just the scoring. Brad, he does a little bit of everything.
Hey, B.A., I mean, you go back and look at last season. He had career highs in rebounds, steals, blocks. I mean, he's learned how to affect the game, even when his shot isn't falling, which is rare.
Great positioning on the putback.
One of the many skills that Towns brings every night is his offensive rebound.
Russell against Paul. A minute 37 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Bridges. And no good. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Oh, deflected. And stolen by Paul. And here they come. Here's Ayton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
What fun would it be to play with a guy like CP3? I mean, if you get open, he's finding you, and his leadership skills are unquestioned. That guy would be a joy to play with.
Now here's Edwards. There's the drive. Pass to Towns. Now here's Gobert. He's covered by Ayton. Now here's Bridges. Booker with it. Ayton, the screen on Edwards. And stolen by Edwards. And And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Stolen by Ayton. Here's Crowder. Can't get the go-ahead bucket.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And it's Russell on the drive. And such a nice move to make that bucket possible.
You know, maybe he's not the fastest guy on the court, but quickness is more important than pure speed in basketball. Russell's handle and scoring instincts, though, are borderline elite.
Outside Paul. Fires high post, and that one drops for him. Ball's gotten his second bucket.
You know, Chris Paul is one of the outstanding scoring point guards of this or any other era, for that matter. He's just a guy who knows how to get it done.
It's all tied in Phoenix. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
And please give a big round of applause for your son,
And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Simply put, they look totally fearless on the defensive end.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
On the court for Minnesota. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. The backcourt, it's Russell and Edwards. And it's Prince in at the 3.
Tell you what, it's really remarkable to see it. Just about 6 feet tall, and that might be generous. Chris Paul is a dominant player in the painted area, and he does it with skill and craftiness.
Russell to pass to Edwards. And Ayton pulls it down. The Suns leading.
And the Phoenix Suns have been a completely different team since acquiring Chris Paul. He's the leader of this team, and he helps set the tone on both ends.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Suns.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
Yeah, and also a great job hustling on turnovers and turning them into points. Defense creating offense so far in this one.
Now here's Russell. And the foul on Chris Paul. That's his first foul of the game. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Takes a step back. Russell to pass to Towns. From outside the arc. The rebound by Bridges. Boy, the city of Phoenix really embracing Chris Paul as soon as he arrived.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the latter stages of his career now. But you would never know it based on how hard he plays every single night. He just makes everyone on this team so much better.
And Minnesota has possession. Following the score by Phoenix. Pass to Prince. Outside for Russell. 6 to shoot. Throws it up high. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. And so here's Phoenix. They've only given up 1 point in the second quarter. That one coming at the line. Paul passes to Bridges. It's blocked by Gobert.
A rangy defender with great defensive timing. I mean, why do you think they call Gobert the Stifle Tower?
And they're able to recover. The 3 from Ayton. No luck on that one. Now Minnesota takes it the other way. Here's Edwards with the drive. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
You know, with all the dunkers out there, some players make sure they don't end up on too many posters. Grant, you ever make a business decision?
Yeah, you know, I made a few business decisions through my career. Look, as a competitor, you want to make sure that you can play defense, give it your all, contest at the rim when you feel that you can. But when someone like a Vince Carter in the midst of insanity,
nice! Big finish! Man.
Defense gets burned by Edwards' ball handling ability. I mean, this guy's athletic and can really move.
Outside Paul.
2 minutes.
There's the drive. It's blocked by Gobert. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Exactly how you want to run the break. Great execution by Edwards.
The Suns trailing. 1:41 left to play in the first half. Pass to Crowder. Outside Booker. The Suns need to get off a shot. Here's Paul. That one off the back iron and out.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Edwards, here we go.
We've got liftoff here, folks. Once Edwards sprints past the defense, it is an absolute wrap.
Phoenix calls timeout. And as we head into this break, the players have an opportunity to replenish their energy with Gatorade as they prepare to go into the final stages of this ball game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, not to mention over the course of a season, you have to stay hydrated. If you don't, it's amazing how much slower your body is to bounce back. It can have a serious effect on performance, no question.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
Here's Paul. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now. Towns down low. Covered by Crowder. Oh, can't throw it down with one hand. Here's Paul. It's blocked by Gobert. And it's out of bounds. Still Phoenix's ball. Here's Booker. Long range from the inbound.
Well, I like the effort that Edwards is making to commit to defense, not letting the shooter get by him.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Steps back. Pass to Booker. 4-3. He can't hit that time. He got it off in time. Anthony Edwards has been on display for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. All right, Allie's ready to go. Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Phoenix calls timeout. Minnesota in the lead. Well, the Timberwolves struck gold by getting the #1 pick in the 2015 and 2020 NBA drafts. Oh, my goodness! Powered it home!
Did you see it? Redunculous! Bringing the house down!
Ball against Russell. Outside for Booker. Changes up. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
An active shooter. Booker is clever at finding ways to attract fouls on the way up.
Both free throws good from Booker.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Russell against Paul. Here's Gobert. Outside for Russell. Pass to Edwards. Shot clock at 5. Russell up top. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. Russell's got 5 now.
Love the energy here in the third. Trying to take control now of this contest.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. Here's Paul, and he makes it on the layup. He's got 10.
You really got to admire how Paul gets these hard shots to fall. He's got great concentration and creativity in traffic.
Outside McDaniels. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. For three, Booker. Yes. And it's Paul with the assist that time. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one. Minnesota calls timeout. And the Suns going with a whole new group out there. The Timberwolves have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Here's Rivers. Pass to Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
The Timberwolves have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. To the inside. Here's Reed. And the layup is good off the glass. And now it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Timeout called. The Suns. Phoenix making some changes. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. You know, Naz Reid initially went undrafted in 2019.
Hey, B.A., that happens to plenty of talented guys. The NBA is a hard league, and a lot of good players have to sometimes go through things to make it. Luckily, systems like the G League give players like Naz Reid an opportunity to grow and go there. So you keep growing like Reid did, and eventually you might find yourself in the NBA.
And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. Russell against Paul. Crowder outside. Here's the 3. It's good. The assist that time from Paul. Crowder's got 5 now.
You know, that CP3 has always got his head up. I mean, he's always eager to find the open guy.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Look out below.
You got no chance of defending him right there.
Not that time. He was determined to get those points.
Outside Booker. And that one's good. He's got 9.
A really nice play by Booker. I mean, he gives you size out of the backcourt and can finish with either hand.
Here's Russell driving in, and he comes up with a bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
And you look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
There's a minute 12 left in the third quarter here. And it's Towns with the power finish.
And a good call. Towns, one of the best in the league with the catch and flush.
Paul against Russell. And Paul gets it to go.
Man, when you're down, you want him taking it hard to the rack. Get those points and fire up this team.
And the foul on Chris Paul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First team foul.
There's 47 seconds left in the third. Here's Edwards. And Aiden pulls it down. For Phoenix, they've gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Pass to Bridges. Outside Booker. And here's Paul, guarded by Russell. 4 on the clock. That's good from Paul on the assist from Booker. And And now just a three-point Minnesota lead. Paul against Russell. Pass to Prince. Outside Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident in taking on defenders and finishing.
And we've reached the end of the third. Timberwolves ahead, up by 5. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action.
40. Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns.
And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. On the court for the Timberwolves. The backcourt, it's Russell and Edwards. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. And it's Prince in at small forward. And it's good for 2.
Chris Paul showing everybody he can still take over a game offensively, not just by assisting, but he can score it too.
Pass to Prince. Fires the 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Ayton's got 4 rebounds now. Booker with it. Prince is there. Crowder outside. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got 5 rebounds in the game. Edwards with it. Now guarded by Ayton.
Boy, the athleticism of Edwards is something to behold. Love watching him sky up to throw it down.
Time called here. The Suns decide to talk it over. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Monty Williams was going over with his team. He instructed his guys to buckle down, saying, quote, "It's do or die time. Let's stay focused and finish like it's a playoff game. We'll see if they can pull it off." Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Crowder, that's good.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's Edwards. That shot, no good. And Phoenix the other way now. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Booker with it. Prince is there. Outside Paul. To tie it up. Got a hand on it.
Well, I tell you what, his teammates love seeing this. So do I. I mean, when Russell was able to block a shot, that's a big bonus.
We got to see that one again. That block was all-out effort.
Hey, we know every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Here's Booker, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
For Minnesota, they've gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Got a piece of it. Paul with it. Russell covering. Towns passes to Gobert. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Timberwolves lead by 4. All right, let's take a look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
Yeah, you know, the defense just hasn't been able to keep up with them in this one. The transition game, as a result of good defense, has been very strong.
That's good from Paul.
Chris Paul plays with a competitive fire that is actually infectious. I mean, even in the latter stages of his career, he is still getting it done at a high level.
Here's Edwards into the lane, and Edwards slams it in.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Paul against Russell. Now here's Paul. He's guarded closely. Crowder finds Paul. Clock at 6. He shoots. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Russell. Gobert inside. He's against Ayton.
Huge.
call when his team needs it.
Russell against Paul. Crowder outside. Outside Booker. Crowder, a screen on Edwards. Back to Crowder. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Russell, the pass to Edwards. Ooh, Paul with the block.
Chris Paul, such an outstanding defensive player, and his teammates appreciate that he gets steals, but he also can occasionally get a block shot, too.
Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
They got the rebound. Gobert. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Phoenix has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Crowder, pass to Ayton. Bridges outside. Drives to the hoop. Ooh, great D that time from Gobert.
Might like a do-over there. Quality look inside.
Towns goes in, and he buries it.
Absolutely amazing. This young man is so money, and his teammates absolutely love him. Karl Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Big Cat.
It's good from beyond the arc.
He wants the ball, has a flair for the dramatic, unfazed in big situations.
And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
Exactly. You got to stop the clock any way possible. And hope the alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And here are the Suns. It's a three-point game. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
But all Russell has to do is push out the distractions and focus on the task at hand. He can do this.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And so it's Minnesota. All right, Allie, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our